Fantastic. As you probably guessed from that, yes, this session is being recorded. If you don't want to be part of that, that's absolutely fine. We won't judge you. There will be no issues at all. Please turn off your camera or remove your name, and that's absolutely fine. So just a little bit about Code Untapped, and then Andre will touch on who Kin+Carta are and what they do. Code Untapped is an organization dedicated to helping underrepresented technologists find their voice. We work with organizations across the country and incredible underrepresented technology talent in order to both solve problems for those organizations and to expose them to underrepresented technologists such as yourself. Now, that's the last time you're going to hear me say the word underrepresented. Clue is in the name. We don't see as underrepresented, we see as untapped talent, right? What we see is a pool of individuals with incredible potential for whom, whatever reasons, have been unable to fully achieve their potentials. And we want to be part of the solution to that. Right? And that's what we do. For us, it's not enough to open the door. We have to open the door and pull people through. What we've been doing over the last 18 months is running a series of events in partnership with different organizations, giving incredible, talented individuals like yourselves, not just exposure to problems, but exposure to organizations, exposure to senior ranking individuals at these companies, and ultimately exposure to roles. And that's what we're here to do. Now, I'm not going to keep on about Code Untapped. I think it's time for Andre to talk a little bit about our fantastic partners at Kin+Carta Create and what they do.
Thanks. I'm going to give a brief introduction to who are Kin+Carta. So Kin+Carta is a technology partner, and today we have people from the Create brand. So Create mainly focus on the build of technology products, which I will go through in a second. So Kin+Carta are a digital transformation partner for the real world. So one of our slogans is we make the world work better. So what does that mean and how does that look? So we have a global connective of offices around the world of up to 1,500 digital experts. This spans across Europe, North and South America. And we work with loads of digital partners from all across the world. As you can see, there's a small list of the people that we've worked with now and in the past. Some you may know, such as Santander, Tesco and Shell. We basically partner with them to help build digital transformations or digital solutions for them. And as an example, I have one here. So this is one where we helped an American company with a AI kind of data processing application. So basically with this app we built, uses AI technology that it kind of scans a corn from your farm and basically tells you how good it is. So it's able to analyze how good the yield is. And basically this allows farmers to make on-the-spot decisions of like getting rid of a corn to make sure the good corn grows. And this allows us to make more informed decisions. And we help them build that with artificial intelligence. Another example we did is for Marks and Spencer's. So Marks and Spencer's last year, towards the end of last year, introduced this new offering called Mobile Pay Go. And what this does is you're able to walk through the store and scan the items as you go and pay through the app or transfer that your basket to the in-store till. This is great because it allows more foot through the stores, and it just enhances the offering for customers. And we spent a couple of months helping them build out this new digital solution for them. And one more example I have is this app. So this app we built for a company called Dun Humphrey. And what this app does is basically it scans your receipts and rewards you for them. So as you scan your receipt, you get points for doing that. And this app was actually built using Flutter, which you'll be going through this session today and through the next sessions and the next session after that. And this was really exciting for us because this was really one of our first ever Flutter projects that we built. So this is multi-platform. It runs on both Android and iOS, and really one of the first in its kind to be done for production value. So that means they went out to real users, not just tests. So yeah, this was a really, really exciting project for us. And I hope you really enjoy the sessions that are going to come in the future for this. So without further ado, I will pass the time back to Swav. Let's run the session.
Okay, Andre. Yeah, so we will attempt today to set up an environment for building Flutter app, which will allow you to build iOS, Android, and with a bit more work around web and other platforms like Windows or MacOS. Flutter is not limited to mobile only, but we will focus on mobile right now, and we'll solve the problems which come when you want to compile for mobile. For first, it's not like a website that you can essentially write and you show it in a browser, it's already there. If you want to compile something for a mobile, you need to specify a tool chain, which is required for a specific platform. Today, we want focus on iOS side, on the Xcode, just because I don't know what laptops you're using. If you don't have MacBooks Pro and the MacBooks effectively, you can't compile for iOS. That's the platform lockdown. But if you have any other platform, you can for sure make it work for Android, and this is what we'll try to do. So I will share now my screen. Yes, that's a lovely screen. Yeah. Probably you see now the Flutter website, yes?
Swerve, just a quick second before you get into it, everyone, please feel free to follow along in the background. Hopefully you followed the prerequisite instructions that were sent out. If you have any questions, please ask them in the chat. And then you have Jason, who's my co-founder, as well as one of our coaches, Jermaine, and potentially myself. Jermaine, do you want to wave a hand so that people can see you? Thank you. To answer any potential questions and try and support you as Swav is taking you through this amazing workshop. All right, Swav, back over to you, mate.
Yeah, thank you. So effectively, the idea is that you will end up with essentially this thing set up and ready to run. So if you stumble anywhere, raise your hand, write in a chat, so we can actually focus on this specific and learn essentially how to solve these kind of problems. So I'm currently on flutter.dev. When we send our invites for this meetup, there were prerequisites to essentially download from various places. And one of them was essentially the SDK. I'm currently in Flutter Dev Docs and get started. And now I need to decide which platform I'll be installing on. So please tell me which platform should I focus first? How many users for macOS do we have today? Question, yeah. How many? Can you raise your hands? There are reactions on your panel for Zoom. there are reactions, and you can like clap or write thumbs up like this, if you can see it. Yeah. So how many of you have macOS today? So you can see 1, 2. Roberta, are you running on Windows? Damien, I can't see any reaction from Damien, from Marvin, don't Charles. Yeah, 1, 2. I'm both. Okay.
Yeah. So I can help anybody. Yeah.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
try with Mac first. Okay. So yeah, so let's go again. Share, and let's go for macOS. Good. So currently the install is simplified. You don't need to have Git itself initially. You have to have it later. So these are the commands that you should be you would like to run from your command from your prompt. To test it, I'm going to show you the Windows version of it because I'm currently on the Windows. Probably you've noticed.
Do you want me to, Suave?
Yeah,
Yeah, to share?
Yes, if I can jump it, that I'm going to guide you.
I'm just going
to
share
test it.
Yeah, I'll share this screen here. Share. So guys, Suave is looking at the Mac install at the moment. Yeah. And what you're going to need, if you're using a Mac, guys, what you're going to need is you're going to need to bring up the terminal. So the terminal can be found here. It's on your desktop here, or you go into Launchpad, and you can get your terminal. There should be a terminal session somewhere in Launchpad. Where is it?
Or you can do Alt space and type terminal.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. So in other, so I've got it in other. So in other, you see there's terminal there, and you can just click that, and that will bring up a terminal for you guys. Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
this will be a very useful tool for everything you using effectively. So Bash, you don't have to check. You have it on macOS. It has to be there. But you may try to run curl command. So please write curl command and see what it does.
So if I do curl here, yeah, it says more information. So that means that curl is definitely installed on my.
It is installed. Okay. Git.
So if I type git, yeah, it will give me all of this information, which means that Git is installed. Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
So guys,
next one is.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, and the next one is mkdir rm. These two should be there. It's a bash command, so it should be difficult to have it. They created directories and remove files. Unzip. Let's see if we have unzip.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. And then which.
So which. So which doesn't do anything by itself, but if you do which something like a command, like which Flutter, it will point to the which tells you the location of the command that comes after which. So which, that's where my Flutter command is installed on my on my machine.
Okay. And zip. Can you try zip?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So you have everything installed. So as a prerequisite, we've asked you to download this file. This is for your platform. If you didn't, please do it. And then what you have to do, you have to, after downloading, hopefully you have it, so you don't have to wait for it. It's good to actually create a specific folder when you will install Flutter, so it doesn't just sit on a desktop or places like this. This is why here in this guide you see cd this tilde here means that this is your home directory / development. This means that someone has created the development folder and then use the unzip the downloads Flutter MacOS 1.17.5 stable zip into this folder. So what you would have to do, so I will ask you, Jason, to if you can essentially create a folder somewhere, like in the main, you know.
So guys,
here,
So guys, I'm gonna effectively just do whatever Suave tells me to do, and I just want you to follow along. So I'm gonna go to my home directory. To go to your home directory, you just do cd and that little tilde command, and I'm now at the home directory. So let me just.
So
So I'm at my home directory there. That's my home directory, and you can tell it's your home directory if you do pwd. That means print working directory. Tell me where I am on my box, and I'm in users Jason Halstead. So that's my home directory there. So that's where you guys need to be. You need to be if you're on Mac.
Quick one. Do you mind increasing the font size a little bit? I think some people might struggle to read that on their laptop screens.
You have a very big screen.
I know. Sorry. Right, where do I do? Oh, actually, what I'll do, I'll just make it smaller. I'll change my resolution.
If you press Command and plus, that should.
Command and plus.
Yeah.
And plus. Is that better, guys?
Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah. A bit more.
Yeah. Better?
Yeah. I can see it already.
That's more readable now. Thank you.
Excellent. Yeah, excellent. And I'll do it on this one as well. Yeah, just in case I need another one. Command. Okay, cool. All right, good. Yeah, carry on, Suave.
Yeah, so now let's create a folder which will act as our folder for installation. So mkdir mkdir.
So I've already got the development folder created here. So
so if you just can type command, don't execute it, just mkdir development.
So guys, that's what you need to type. Make oops.
Yeah, if you move a bit up, it will be So if you execute this command, essentially this folder which is already here, if you see it will be created. So please execute it, and then you can do command cd space development to actually get into this.
Yeah, so I'll do cd development, and I'm here. Yeah, and this is where my Flutter tool is. Now, guys,
you won't see anything in this folder. It won't show you because you haven't created anything yet. Yeah. Is actually you're on Windows. Okay. So
no, I'm on the
I'm looking at the chat right now. So okay. Who is as because it collapsed my.
So a few of us are on Windows Suave. I think myself, Janet.
So we'll do Windows.
We'll do Windows just in a second, right?
That's all right. And I think some of us have already got our laptops already set up anyway. So maybe when you get to that point, just double check if anyone hasn't got their setup ready to go.
Yeah. So so now in this folder.
So guys, if you've downloaded this Flutter, Mac will by default usually put it in your downloads folder. So you can see this downloads folder, and that downloads folder is actually just off of your home directory. So if you go back to your home directory, you'll see here you've got this is your home directory here, and this is the downloads folder. So Flutter, when you actually download it, it should put the file in this downloads directory.
Yeah. But if you jump into development one, Please go to the development.
I'm in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's development. Yeah.
Yeah. So now if you type essentially what I've typed on the chat, so it's unzip and then ~downloads/Flutter MacOS/1.75 stable zip.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the what we've mentioned before. So your home folder, downloads, and this is where the zip file is. So we're asking unzip the file which is there into the folder we are sitting in, right?
Yeah. All right. Cool. So that's what that command will do. So I can actually.
Yeah.
You
can't do it because you have it, right?
Exactly. I can't do it because I have it. So it will.
Yeah.
It will actually unzip and put it there. Yeah.
Okay.
But
so
you know what
I
I'm
would
going
like
to do?
to see that someone actually completed this and tell me that you've
You know what I'm
completed
going to
this
do,
on your machine.
Swab? I'm going to do this again. So I'm going to
Okay.
I'm going to go up one, and I'm just going to make another directory. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just so that people can see that Suave is actually telling the truth. So I'll just create
Hopefully.
development 2. Yeah. So I'll make that directory. If I go into development 2, yeah, into that folder, there's nothing in that folder. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm now going to just run that command that Suave has asked me to run. Yeah. Oops. I cannot find it because I've got a different version. Yeah. So I'll go here and I'll just do tab. Yeah. So I've got an earlier version. Yeah. So if I run what the version that I've got there, it will effectively it will just unzip the contents of that zip file into that folder. Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes a moment, not much. You can see it. It's inflating all the files there, and this is So this is how you get it. Just out of curiosity, Jason, when did you download your file?
About 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Two minor versions in 2 weeks. Okay, these guys are crazy. This is how they're moving. Okay. So this is the initial step to get this thing in place, and now what this will be important is to be able to find the Flutter in your command line regardless where you are, because you won't be executing Flutter command from the Flutter folder. You'll be executing from the project folder where your source files sit for your application. So for this, you'll have to run this. Okay, I've just done the wrong copy because I'm switching between laptops and that's very confusing. So now what I've put into chat is the magic commands, right, which adds the Flutter binary to the path. So I will explain quickly what this command does. So it exports the path. So essentially, it makes available the environment variable in the command line. Then it will take the command line. This is this $path, and then it will put a colon, which is essentially append this path with other things. Then you have this tiny. Please carefully look at these apostrophes, which are surrounding PWD. They are not straight ones. They are like a slash ones. You have to find them on your keyboard. On mine, they are in up left corner. And what they do, essentially, they will, into this PWD, it's gonna put your home address, right? So this will allow essentially find your home folder on your laptop, then Flutter, then bind, and this bin. This will be added to the path, and this way you will be able to find the command. Yeah, so this is for Macs, right? This is for Macs. Windows is completely different beast in this case, and we're gonna go through it in a second.
So guys, if you look at my screen, what I've done is I've echoed the path. So what Suave is referring to is this variable called path, and it's a system variable that tells your laptop, it tells your Mac where to find certain commands. Yeah, so that's what the path does. It tells your computer where to find certain commands. And I've just echoed my path, and you can see that the location of Flutter is already in my path because I've done this already. So if you can see, here, you can see that that is the location of Flutter.
Dart.
Yeah. So
yeah, this is Dart, and the Flutter is slightly before.
Yes, and then here
one
is
before user JSON. Yeah, development Flutter bin.
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So that's what is required. Now there's a one important thing which is missing from most of the guys is that this echo, this variable, will be in this state for as long as you don't close your terminal. The moment you close it, it goes away. So to make it permanent, there are another steps to do it, and we're gonna now look at these steps. Open new tab. I'm gonna try to essentially show you how to do it. Where is it? Where is it? Just give me a second. Okay, I don't see here.
Yeah,
you know what? I have a very good idea. The idea is I'm gonna join from my MacBook Pro, and this way
I'm showing them.
Okay.
I'm showing them.
Okay.
So basically, guys, in your home directory, you must type this command, yeah, ls -alrt, yeah, and what that does, the A allows you to see what we call hidden files, yeah. So there are some special files in Mac that hold like system type information, and one of the system type information that they hold is your path. So if you do ls -lrt, that shows you all of these hidden files that you couldn't see before. So the files that we want to change are this one called bashrc and zshrc as well. So these are effectively, every time you open a command shell, yeah, every time you open one of these command shells, these commands, everything in this folder, everything in this file will get executed, yeah. So what Suave is about to tell you is that we're going to actually put the entry, the command that he's told you to run on your command line. We're going to actually enter it into that file here, your bash rc and your zh. If you have one, your zshrc as well. Yeah. So go on, Suave.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the file you mentioned, and for me actually. This file is called .bash_profile.
Okay, so yeah, you can do it there as well.
Do you have it?
I don't have it, but the bashrc works as well. So if you so any of those files. So if you either have a bashrc or who can you raise your hand? Who has a bashrc? Who's using Mac and has a bashrc? No one? Okay.
No one? Okay, Charles has that. Yeah.
Oh,
so
yes.
It's, I think, because, you know, historically, the meaning of these files is changing with time on different systems. So initially it was bashrc, and I think bashrc works mostly for the terminal. The bash_profile, I think, is executed by bashrc. To be honest, I'm looking now at my my laptop, and it doesn't have a bashrc at all. Kind of interesting. So if you have a .bash_profile file, this is where you'll be putting the stuff in. So if you can open this file in any editor,
yeah,
and
I mean, I could use Y, but I wouldn't advise you to use Y. Use something like
it
Visual
can be
Studio.
any text editor or Visual Studio or something like this.
Yes. So you can use Visual Studio to do it. So you can just go File, open. Yeah. And then you can go up one. Something else did. I don't know if I'll be able to see hidden files actually.
There is a trick to do it on Mac, I believe.
What's the trick, Jermaine?
it was hitting this folder button or something that actually allows you to put a path where you're gonna go. No, sorry, no. There's some other way to show the hidden files here.
I think you can hold out Command or Option or something like that. I need to double check, but see if that works.
Yeah,
for
I'd have to look at it as well.
Okay, so is there anybody having problems with that step, adding those path variables to the bash RC or the bash.profile? Yeah, because if not, we can skip to the next step, because essentially all you need to do effectively is go into that file and add those lines. So if I went in there, we would just add those lines at the bottom, so you can see that I've done that for my home. I've added that there to my bash RC, and I've also added it to my .zsh RC, because I think Android Studio uses the ZSH RC, so I've also added it there.
Yeah, Zahid just posted that ZSH is only on the latest version of Mac.
Okay.
So probably if you have an older system version, this is why you have a bash and
Right, cool.
other files. Yeah.
Good.
So as you can see here, it's nicely that you have all these exports already here in the file. So you see that there will be number of things you'll be adding to actually make it happen. So yeah, so please please add modify this file on your. If you have a trouble with this, raise your hand, and we'll try to see who is raising hands. And you're gonna share your screen, and we will be guiding you how to get it done.
Yes.
So.
All right. So if no one's raising hands, Suave, let's move on to the next step, guys. Anybody who doesn't feel comfortable talking now, they can just reach out to me later. And when Suave doing the session, and then I can just show you how to do it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna start sharing again. Yeah. So probably this will stop others. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna start sharing.
Yeah. Go on.
Yes. Okay. So what we've done these two bits. So we created a folder for our development. We've unzipped the downloaded Flutter stable zip. These steps here are essentially, if you have a Git installed, you can get Flutter using Git. Probably you've heard about Git before. If not, Git is a command line tool for version control. And to be honest, entire Flutter SDK is a one Git repository. So it is easily managed by Git. And Flutter essentially as a command line tool uses Git to control its own SDK. Yeah, and we've done this export thing. So these two lines are effectively doing what these two here. This one is by downloading the zipped folder. This one is by cloning directly from GitHub repository where Flutter lives. Yeah, and then actually I haven't seen this command before. Never used it before. But actually, what we would like to try now is to run this command in your command line tool, Flutter Doctor. So, Jason, if you may.
Yeah. Do you want me to share? Let me.
Actually, I can try to run it on my system. So
yeah, because it will show the same thing.
Flutter Doctor. In theory, it should do something. Yeah. Okay, so it's telling me that I'm on stable channel version 1.17.5. I have Android Studio, but I haven't installed the plugins for it. I have Android toolchain though. So this is good because this allows me to essentially build the APK. APK is a format of the application for Android. So whatever, when your Android phone is downloading to install and run, it's called APK. That's the format. And I have a VS Code, and I don't have any connected devices here, probably. Yeah. So this is what a Flutter Doctor does. So please let me know if you are able to run this thing. So okay, I can see chat now. Yes. That's from Jason. Yeah. So please tell me. I can't see the raised hands anywhere. So if you have a problem, yeah. Andre, you fine?
Yes.
Because you're still raising hand. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking who has a problem. If anyone has a problem, just let me know. Yeah. Yes. -V does more details on what's going on. And what is importance of this command is that it's going to give you essentially all the health check, that's the doctor thing, on your system in terms of compiling applications. So for example, if you will be missing some dependencies or something will be incorrectly installed or Android Studio will be incorrectly installed, it will tell you there's something wrong with it. It is super helpful when you try to do Xcode and iOS setup, because there is lots of tiny commands they have to run which are not so self-explanatory, and Flutter Doctor will tell you to do them if you want to essentially compile for iOS. So if you have this, you should be able to essentially see the Flutter running. This means essentially your Flutter is running. Now, the hard part is to have this thing, so to have Android Studio installed. And for Android Studio, we will go to Android website.
Should we just, let me bring it up. Where's Android Studio?
Yeah. Yeah, so, or maybe actually go to install. So this is where you download it from. Yeah, you probably downloaded it before. So that's what you do. And this appears in your essentially download folder. And this is executable for your system. So you double click it in your Finder or in your file Explorer on Windows, and it will install it. So if I look here, my downloads, so probably this is mine, this is for Windows, right? So I've double clicked this one and installed mine. I already have Android Studio here, so I won't be doing it again. But this installs Android Studio automatically with all the stuff. Now, I wonder if it's worth actually going through the steps what to install inside Android.
I think let me just quickly let me share screen, and then we'll just quickly go through that. Yeah. So let me just share my screen. Hold on, and we'll just do this very, very quickly. So guys, this is what Android Studio looks like. I am going to close my Android Studio and quickly just open it again. Yeah, so let me just close it. Quit Android Studio. Okay, cool. So to get Android Studio, you can go to Launchpad, I believe, and where is it? And on your Launchpad, you'll be able to see Android Studio there. You just double click that, yeah, and then it will appear. Right. So when it appears, this is what you're going to see usually on when it starts on Mac, yeah. And what you want to do is you want to configure, yeah. You want to go to plugins, yeah. So you want to go to your configure, and then you want to go to plugins, yeah. And then when you go to plugins, it will present you with this modal, yeah, here. And then in this modal, I've already done it, but what you will do is you will type Flutter, yeah, yeah, and it will ask you, and then you'll have mine says disable because I've already installed it. But what you want to do is you just want to install that. You just want to click on that button there. It will say for you, if you haven't installed it yet, it will say install. Yeah. And what this does is it allows Android Studio is effectively what you use as your to change the code that you're going to create, because you're actually going to create application code. You're going to create a mobile app, and that mobile app will do something. And in order to effectively tell the app what to do, you need effectively a studio to build the functionality of the app. So this is what Android Studio allows you to do. It allows you to change the functionality of your app. And because you're using a Flutter app, you need to install some dependencies which allow Android Studio to work with Flutter. So this is what we're doing now.
So just Jason, on this point, there are two ways of developing, like a supported ways of developing apps for Flutter, and one is using Visual Studio Code, and the second one is using Android Studio. Both have plugins to do that. The thing is that even if you go for Visual Studio Code to compile the Android executable, you will need the toolchain which comes with the Android Studio. So as you've seen on my screen share, there was no plugin in Android Studio, but essentially Flutter was using the toolchain from Android Studio to compile to provide this functionality for creating APK. And all the development on my machine happens in Visual Studio Code, so I don't have to open this. What is also very helpful to have a full Android Studio, not just that toolchain, is that sometimes when you'll be working, longer, you would like to do some changes into the wrapper. So what is wrapper? Wrapper is essentially this application, Android application, which wraps the Flutter application before you can install this on Android device. Same thing is for iOS. There's a wrapper application for iOS, which hosts the Flutter application, and this runs on the iOS device. So the thing is that if you want to change anything in this wrapper, for example, you want to add different keys to sign it for Play Store or things like that. So essentially be able to do the full deployment to the public Play Store on the web and on your phones. Then you need to add the specific keys. And to do that, you need to have Android Studio because it will allow you to modify the files in this wrapper. So if you open the Flutter app right now, can you open this folder, Flutter app?
Flutter app,
yes. Yeah. If you expand this folder in the project.
Oh, so in the project.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see there are folders here, iOS and Android. Let's look into Android. Yeah, and this is the wrapper. So effectively what Flutter does, it will create the binary of the Flutter and then use this sub-project Android to put this Flutter inside and run it. So to be able to edit all these files here, like Gradle, the build Gradle, and so on, to, for example, enable deployment on the, on the platform on Play Store, you will have to do it. So this is why having Android Studio is a good thing. It's not necessary from the development point of view. So when you're writing the app for yourself, you don't have to tackle with it that much. But this is why we suggest that you have this Android Studio with you. Okay, so
let's talk.
We're still struggling with the steps that we presented so far. Is anyone still? Please raise your hands. I'm scanning through our list of guests, and I don't see anyone. Everyone completed.
Good. So Swab, let's just go quickly. Just go quickly to the AVD. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what is AVD? So it's like probably you are a lucky person and you have an Android device. If you have an iPhone, you are unlucky. and this means that you have to install some emulator to be able to emulate the device on your laptop. Emulator is like a computer within a computer. It's a virtual machine. So it will require a couple of dependencies to be installed. So in your Android Studio, Jason, if you try to open...
Can you see my screen, guys, where I'm clicking on AVD Manager?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so go to Tools and then AVD Manager. Yeah, we click that. Yeah, and then I have got a virtual device already set up here. Yeah.
But probably what you'll see here initially, there will be this like a funny screen with number of icons here, and you have to add your first device. So if you create a new virtual device, yes,
I'll create a new one. So I can click this create button here, where my mouse is. If I click it here, that will ask me, that will effectively say, what virtual device do I want to create? Yeah, so I've already got one, so I won't bother to click it because, well, I can click it.
Actually, you can go and not finish it. So because what is important here is that this name here is just for the sake of the size of the screen. So if you have a pixel, there are pixels here or on other Google devices. So let's say, let's pick it up like Pixel 3 for whatever.
Pixel 3, yes.
Yeah.
Pixel 3, so I'll pick Pixel 3.
Yeah, okay. Now this tiny icon, this tiny icon here, which you see the Play Store, it tells you which of these devices can support essentially Play Store. So if you press next right now, it will ask you, and this is important, probably if you downloaded your Android Studio right now, you don't have any images for these virtual devices downloaded. And to explain these strange numbers here, and you know, which are like API levels and so on. So API level is essentially version of the Android. So if you can see, the top one is now R, which is the newest version of Android, which, you know, probably will be rolled out pretty soon. And the further you go down the line, the older the device is. So it has like an older ROM. So it looks like, you know, 2014.
Exactly.
Right? And
so
yeah, so this is it. That now the second one is ABI. What is ABI? This is essentially the platform for which processor it was compiled. So the problem is that Android devices, most of them, are ARM. They use the ARM processors. Now you're running something on an Intel laptop, probably Intel. Most of that you are on Intels. So this ABI should match essentially what you have on your laptop, because then the emulation will be faster. If you try to select here some ARM processor, which you can download from the list further on, if you have downloaded more, this emulator will be very sluggish because it will try to interpret it and it will be very, very slow. So go for Intel. And then there's another thing which is very useful when installing Android Studio. So you can cancel now, don't do anything else.
right.
And please close the virtual devices.
Do you want me to bring up? Do you want me to bring up the emulator?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
If you close the here, and now go into Android Studio dependencies, and this should be this fine icon here, I believe, with can I write on the screen? Can I draw on a screen?
Yeah, go
on. How to do it? There was something. Do you guys remember how to write on a?
If you go to view options, when you're scaling your screen, it should say annotation.
Oh, view options. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have it. Okay, I have it just zoom and side by side mode.
Maybe I have to do it because I'm sharing. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, if you look at the Android Studio that Jason has, in the right top corner, there's a number of icons. And the third from the right is this box with arrow down. And that's, I believe, is downloading the dependencies for Android Studio. So if you can click on this So please go on into the corner of Android Studio, the right corner, and the third from the right. Jason, go to the right. Go to the right.
Okay.
More to the right. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, this one. Yes.
This one,
right.
yeah, the SDK. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So there's another way to get to that SDK as well. So if you just go to Tools, yeah, and then you got the SDK Manager there as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's another. So that's another way to go Tools,
open.
SDK, yeah, and that will bring up the same.
Yeah. And now if you can select the SDK Tools tab on the screen, so you have SDK platforms, so nothing on the left bar. On the right-hand side of the screen, you have a SDK platform, but there's another tab saying SDK Tools.
So you got SDK platform, SDK tools there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you see you have it here selected, this conspicuous Intel x86 emulator accelerator. And this is something which allows you essentially to run these Intel images faster. So you have to install it in order to have it, have it done. So you also can, Yeah, so
there's two things. If you have an Android phone, you can just plug it. You don't need to go through all of these steps that Suave is talking to you about now. So this is really just to get the emulator running on your desktop. Yeah. So if you have an Android phone, you can plug your Android phone into your Mac, and then whatever the emulator will do, whatever we do on the emulator, you can do on your real physical device here, So I think
there is one small trick with a real device. You have to enable it for debug. And
okay, cool. Yes, we can do that. Yeah. I can show you how to do that. Let's show them the emulator. Let's show them the emulator.
Yes,
and move on.
Let's show the emulator because we show how to. If anyone is using the real device, then we'll be able to show actually how to make it connecting to the computer. So cancel this. This was just to show you this is where this Huxm sits. Now let's try to fire AVD, our Android virtual device. We select it and
mine's already running. So I must have it. Let me find it.
You have a tiny icon on the bottom. I can see it just beside of the Android. So if you scroll to your action bar.
There it is. There, yeah. So I already have the app. So guys, let me just close that quickly, and I'll do it again so that you. No, don't worry. It's quick.
Okay.
Because I'll
try to open. Because I think it's gonna. It saves the state.
It saved the state. It saves the state.
Yeah.
So this is when you start the emulator, guys. You'll actually get a real Android phone running on your desktop. And this is where you can do your development. So any changes that you make, you'll see in the emulator. So this is where we want to get you to today, on your Mac and on your Windows as well. Okay.
So since you are here, can you tap on the circle icon on the bottom of the emulator? So on the bar, on the navigation. But this one, yes. So this is what you see when you start, and if you scroll down, now please select Settings, and this is Settings. So this is almost the last icon in the tap Settings. And now scroll to the bottom.
Sorry.
So it's a bit tricky.
It's a bit tricky.
Simulating, now System, not Google, System.
Sorry. The emulator is a lot slower than your real phone.
Yes. So, and now I believe go to Advanced. And where is it?
What are you looking for?
So what I'm looking for is that there should be somewhere to enable your system, your phone to be a development phone. So let me quickly check it on my phone.
So if you
I'm
have,
gonna show you.
guys,
I'm gonna show you what I'm doing on my phone right now. So yeah, let's go to the. But there should be somewhere. Where's my camera? About the phone. Can you see it? About the phone. So I'm gonna tap about the phone, and now there's this magic, very magic, build number on the bottom. And what you have to do on the phone is tap it very quickly, a couple of times, like I think 5 times, until you tell us now you are a developer.
Yeah.
Right, before that you were not developer. So essentially what will allow
only on a physical, that's only on a physical phone. So you don't have to do it on the emulator. Yeah,
no, emulator is already unlocked, right? But essentially the physical phone has a essentially guard that no one actually connects to it from the external source when you try to, let's say, charge it from your laptop. So essentially it has this bridge closed and doesn't allow you to connect it. And this trick, which I showed you right now, with a build number tapped like 5 times very quickly until it tells you now you are a developer. This enables essentially your computer connect to the phone, upload the applications to it so you can essentially run them on a real device, right? So that's essentially this tiny trick that you have to do with real devices. So, okay, we have...
So let's now show them how to run Flutter app, yeah? So I'm going to delete my Flutter app, yeah?
Or maybe, you know, I suggest I'm going to start to share my screen now. I'm going to create the project and we will go through the sample, right? Because I think this will be, okay. So I'm going to share my screen now.
Can I just jump in quickly? Because obviously you started with all of this focused on the Mac with a promise to go through the Windows install, right? Now, before you do, maybe it's worth just touching base. A bunch of people joined us since we started.
That's very thoughtful. As I forgot.
Just touch base with everyone who's joined us.
Let's do the same trick for us. Okay.
So before you do, guys, please just check with the audience whether we need to. We don't need to go through the Windows setup with them. Let's jump into the next stage.
Yeah. So please tell me if you need Windows setup. Do you have any problems with Windows to make it run? Raise your hands. Raise your hands. I don't see many hands. I don't see any hands.
I don't see any hands either.
Yeah, so probably Windows is less, you know.
Well,
yeah.
We've got one. We've got Janet. We've got Janet.
All right. Let's quickly do Windows. First of all, before you jump to Windows, you need to just do Flutter run. You need to just do create, Flutter create my app and then Flutter run on Mac. Yeah, just to show them how to do that. Swap.
Yeah. So now I have a confusing request. So should I show actually this one or should I go and?
It's because basically I already had the app installed on my emulator. So you want to get people. You need to show people how to create that Flutter folder because we've done that, and then obviously Flutter run as well. Yeah.
Okay. Let me collapse. So quickly, let's create some Flutter app. So ls. I'm using PowerShell here. So I'm gonna. So you're creating Flutter app by essentially typing anywhere in your system where you want to keep essentially your source. For me, is C drive work source, Flutter create, and this new Flutter project. Important thing: you only use lower cases and underscores, probably numbers. No hashes, no other symbols than underscore are allowed. And the moment you type this will actually build. So all the Apple fanboys, now you can run your, play with your app. I'm going to help Windows people.
Yeah, cool. And no, just Suave, just do one more thing. Just cd into the directory and just do flutter run as well.
Okay. So
CD.
my new, yes. So Flutter run, probably it's gonna complain because I don't have a device connected. Yeah, no device is connected. So I would have to essentially start some emulator to do it. It would be you here, emulator. No.
Do you want me to just quickly share and I'll just quickly show them?
Yes, please do it.
Yeah.
I think I know why I cannot. Yeah, stop share.
Yeah, sharing. So guys, can you see my screen? Yeah. Can everybody see my screen or?
I believe so. Yes.
All right, cool. So so the commands that Suave just run is flutter create my app. So flutter create my app, as you show, will actually just download all of the dependencies that Flutter needs to set up your project. My app can be anything. That is just the name of your app that you're going to put on that you're going to put eventually on the App Store, and the name of the app so you could put Flutter create Jason, Flutter create Jermaine, Flutter create Suave, and it will create the app with that name. Yeah, you cd into the folder that you've just created, because Flutter will create a folder for you. And then when you run Flutter run, what that does is, so I'm going to just go into the directory and show you what I mean. So if I go to into development, in here I've got my app. So if I go into my app, yeah, guys, in here, this is the result of this is the result of Flutter create my app. You've got this folder. What you can do is you can do Flutter devices. Now, if you do Flutter devices, Flutter will look at your computer and tell you what devices you've got connected. So I've got my phone here connected, and I've also got the emulator connected. Yeah. So then I can do Flutter run. Yeah. And if I do Flutter run, it will complain, first of all. And the reason it will complain is because I've got two devices connected and it doesn't know which device I should copy, I should load the app to. Should I do it to the emulator or should I do it to the phone? But as you can see, it's got this option -d all, yeah, which means that you can load it on all devices. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do Flutter run -d all, yeah, and this will now install this Flutter app on my emulator, and it will also install it on my phone as well. So it's running. It takes a little bit of time, yeah.
Yeah, it takes a bit of time on the beginning for the first time, because it has to compile the download all the dependencies for building Android app first.
Did you see that? It's already put it on the emulator, and this is what Suave's going to show you. So that is the thing. So it's done it on the emulator, and it's done it on my phone. And this is a very simple app that when you click it, it just increments the button. And every time you click it, you can see that the Flutter, it's doing stuff, yeah? And guys, just to show you that I'm not lying, you can see it's actually on my phone as well. And if I click it, you can see the React. So this is our first app, yeah? We've done the setup to get all of the Flutter dependencies on the Mac. Yeah, we've configured Android Studio, and then we've actually run the app. So it's on the emulator and on our devices as well. Yeah, okay. So now we're going to move on to Windows. Now we're going to move on to Windows and do the exact same thing.
Yes, because Janet is waiting, and yeah, I don't want to keep Janet.
So you can take over now.
Yes.
Can we just do a quick run through for Windows? Janet said she's already installed it all.
Yeah.
Just wants to be sure that she's done it correctly.
Yes. So so on Windows, the main difference is that the way you the way you set up paths is different. So in the search, can you see my search bar in Windows? I type environment variables, and I'm opening this control panel, and this is environment variables panel. So you see here, I'm already, busy. I've added new variables for myself. This is Android home, so I can find my Android studio. This is my Flutter home when my Flutter is. And then in the path, if I look at it here, I have my folder where the Flutter is, and I also have my command line tools. The reason why I have command line tools here is because I've installed the command line tools before I installed Android Studio. They are not necessary if you downloaded Android Studio first, right? So this is not necessary, but this is how you set up this export path kind of thing from Mac. This is how you do it on Windows. So this is the whole thing. And now to be able to actually see if something is set up correctly, you have to run PowerShell, for example, and then try to run Flutter. And this means that you see I'm in my own folder, user schoolie, and it's running the command. It can find it, but the way the place where this command is, it's actually in a root folder. Sorry, not work. Yes, and then tools, and this is where my Flutter and Android and OpenJDK is. So you see, I'm able to run the command in any folder. So, Janet, does it solve everything for you? What you want to know about it? You muted.
It does, yeah. So my command prompt isn't finding Flutter, but I'm gonna go change my path and see if that helps. But you can move on, and I'll continue in the background.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it is important to point it not to the Flutter folder, but Flutter bin, because this is where the binaries sit. So I'm going to show it again. Settings. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. Where is my properties? Here, environment variables. I'm going to minimize zoom because it's just getting in the way. Come on. Open the Windows. So you see the Flutter bin. So whatever you have before, it doesn't matter. It has to be /Flutter/bin on the end and no more slashes after that. That's the idea, right? And okay, so we can assume that we can run the Flutter app right now. I mean, we can compile something which is supposed to land on the device. The thing is that on this computer, I don't know if I'll be able to actually run the emulator because I've set it up.
Suave, I'll join from my Windows machine as well, and then I can, because I've got it running on there as well.
Yeah, let me just I'm gonna try. No, okay, I don't have it here. Okay, so probably I'll be so I'll be going on a drag here. I'm gonna switch to my Mac machine. So what do you prefer? Because I can.
You carry on your Mac, and I'll just join the call with my Windows, and then we.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.